live, I don't know what they mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining, I got up and changed my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. And
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, switch, switch. Shift.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that. Went out at the 7-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's got Fuller. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 95 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, past the 20, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down, Texans.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Third and long, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure, trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A big play there on the option. 46 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys are a lot more mobile and can get out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Handoff comes to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Hatchet. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Like two.
Working out of the gun. Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Watch your slack.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, one thing's for sure. When you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Cousins now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I don't think you got it, son.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's got Smith here. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Check 26, check 26.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on it. They've got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Alert. Check. Check hot anyway.
Watson looks to throw again. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and inches, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. It's caught. Smith. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Play fake, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Watson going to give this one to Miller. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll toss it to Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
A first down carry here for Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Texans first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26. Yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turned that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
I think the good offensive coordinators of the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. On first down, Miller. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Here's Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Now Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Watson on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They start the drive with Cook. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 93 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Watson. Screen play. Johnson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. To throw is Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. He was looking that time for Stills. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll run with Cook. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Strong right.
To throw is Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run on 1st down. Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Watson. Flush to his right. Going deep this time for Miller. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. On play action, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Watch that.
Cousins on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Boone. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Everson Griffin getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
6-6, pull it high. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Watch the twitch, watch the twitch. Bang, 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 bang. Big head.
3rd and long for Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 1, Watson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Linval Joseph picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Johnson was the intended receiver. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They try again with Cook. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run for it with Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Watch the screen. Pass.
4th down, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Demarcus Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Underneath for Miller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Lamar Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's back to throw. He's got Fuller. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
24. 31. Hey, 4-1 Mike. 4-1 Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 41's come up. 41's the Mike. Hey, pick your game up. 29. 41 Mike.
Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this is taken in at the 5. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with time running out as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it down 2, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose. Next time, they're going to be on the hunt.